Are you a student who's looking to freelance this summer? In this video, I'm going to walk you through the process of how to find your first couple of jobs freelancing, even when you are a student and you don't have any experience at all. And this is coming from someone who found jobs when she was 15. That's me, basically. I started out as a freelance writer. I now own my own virtual assistant agency at 28, and I want to help you get yourself started. Now, the first thing is to pick a skill. Now, for me, it was super easy when I got started because I was already a writer. I was part of our journalism club in high school, so it's easy for me to jump in and know what kind of jobs I could be paid for. But for you, you might just be starting out, you're not sure. Now, these are the 6 ones that I would recommend that you might have some skill on that you're not sure, like, hey, I can actually apply that to a job. Yes, you can. The first one is being a social media manager. Now, this is something that if you already love consuming Facebook, if you love consuming Instagram, TikTok, everything else, you kind of have a little bit of a thought of what works and what doesn't. So this is kind of where you becoming a social media manager can come in. So what an SMM basically does is they go ahead and create content for the client, whether that's just a graphic or the captions for it. It could also just be engaging with the people who, comment or send a message, because the client might already have a whole agency that does the content stuff. They just need someone to take care of the rest of it. It could also be that you are managing Facebook groups. So you can even start by asking favorite communities that you're a part of if you could be their social media manager for community. So whatever that looks like, there's a lot of variations. And honestly, for me, if I could start all over again, I would probably pick social media manager as one of my first jobs, because it does teach you a lot of new things. It does teach you a lot of new skills basically on how to get started. Because basically when you're a social media manager, you are a copywriter, you're a graphic artist, you're also taking care of marketing. It is a learning curve. So I do have other jobs that you can start with. The other one is basically being a graphic artist. So if you're already someone who loves to create art, that is something you do in school, you know how to use tools like Canva or Photoshop, then this is perfect for you. These are for business owners who are really looking to either upgrade their brand or they don't already have someone doing it for them, so you can get started here. Next is being an admin virtual assistant or an admin VA. Basically what a virtual assistant is you can imagine it as someone who is the right-hand person of the business owner who takes care of the little things in between the business. So it could be managing the client's email, managing their calendar, their travel, for example, or anything else in between, getting them orders. Kind of, if for me, because I was the eldest of 4, my mom basically had me as her assistant. So if you already someone who your mom or your dad relies on you on the computer stuff and to kind of take care of things for them, this might be a fit for you. Next is a proofreader. So proofreader, if you are someone who is a little bit of a grammar Nazi. So if you're someone who is a little bit of that friend that they ask to look at their work if it's already good, if you are someone who loves grammar, who loves punctuation, who knows where things should be, then a proofreader is one of the jobs you can do. Now, this is actually one that I did full-time myself, where I work for a book publishing company. They needed proofreaders, so that's probably where you can start. But you can work with content creators, other writers as well, in becoming their proofreaders, so then their work, when it gets published, is actually clean. Next is an audio transcriptionist. Now, honestly, with AI, this job will go out really, really soon, but it's not there yet. But what you'll basically be doing is you'll be transcribing audio, whether that's video or an actual just audio clip that they gave to you, into text, and then make it in whatever format that they need it to be. This is another job that I was able to do. This was when I was 17 years old, where I just basically got a couple of audios from a writer who wanted me to turn it into a transcription that they can now use for other things. So this is ideal for you to find YouTubers like myself. I do have a transcriber, or podcasters or people of that sort who create a lot of content basically in that space for you to apply for. And of course, my personal favorite, just because it was where I started, is becoming a blog writer. Now, for a blog writer, you're basically creating articles relevant to your client's space or your niche. So for me, I've been a blog writer for romance sites before, just because I did the research and could write them out. I was a blog writer for health recipes. I did basically anything that will land on my lap. But you need to learn how to write really well. And again, if this is something that you already like to do anyway for school or for yourself, then this is the fit for you. Next is, as you've narrowed down what skill you want to be able to do. And by the way, there is a long other list that you could do. You can be a video editor if that's something you already like to do. You could be a website designer, again, if that's something you naturally do. I've done those roles as well myself. So there's different things that, as you might be doing them for your club or as your interest, that you can potentially potentially turn into a job, you want to then go ahead and create your portfolio plus resume. So since you don't have any experience, and this is what I'm assuming, is you want to start building out your portfolio that will also become your resume. So what a portfolio is, it's basically a way to showcase your best work. So let's say you picked becoming a social media manager. This is going to be a feed of social media posts you've created before and how they did. So the results, if people messaged, if people got it to go viral, for example, that's your portfolio. If you went with graphic artist, then this is your best work as a graphic artist. If you went with admin VA, this could be just testimonials from people that you work with. Again, it doesn't have to be a work. It could be testimonials from your teachers or even your family members. If you went with proofreader, just a little bit of just showing your work of what you've done before. Audio transcription, same thing. Blog writer, same thing. Video editor, whatever job that it is that you said, okay, this is what I want to be or want to do, then you're going ahead and just showcasing, creating a few sample works for your potential employer to see what it is that you do. And this will also serve again as your resume. You can say, let's say for your journalism club, you can put journalism club 2023 to 2025, and then you went ahead and actually put on there these sample works that you created for your journalism club. Whatever that looks like for you, it works. Next is to start looking for jobs on the market. And this is sometimes the scarier thing, but honestly, I want you to become familiar when you go to jobs like onlinejobs.ph, when you go to LinkedIn, when you go through other sites basically where you can find other work, not just Fiverr or Upwork, is you can start getting familiar of what a day-to-day would look like for this job. Now, for different parts of the jobs that I just listed out, it could be that you would be able to find a job in your local vicinity. So that's part of what I've done. Is when I was looking for writing jobs, one of the magazines in my local city was hiring for a junior writer. I signed up. It's one of the full-time weeks that I got before. So my point of this, of the looking for jobs part, is even though it's scary, it is an essential part of finding work. And it also, there's creative ways that you can find or tell other people that you're looking for work. It could be that just on a Facebook page or social media page of like, hey, I want to become a writer, or I'm becoming a writer right now, looking for freelance gigs. Does anyone know anything? Or just kind of looking at jobs on onlinejobs.ph, LinkedIn, all of the other remote sites. I'll try to find them and make a list for you below. But essentially, it's trying to see who's hiring for the position that you want to do, getting familiar with the usual job description that they will line out, and starting to apply for those. And when you're applying, you want to combine it with following up. Now, a thing that I always say is when you're applying for jobs, put it up into a database or a spreadsheet for yourself, so then you can follow up with them 3 days later if you have not heard from the job. Because sometimes, things fall through the cracks, they just didn't reply to you. So it's good to follow up. Even when you get a no, that's still a win, because at least you're able to move forward. Next is, as you are searching for these jobs, as you're applying for this, is I recommend creating a mini experience. And what I mean by that is, for every job that you apply for, the ones that you really like and the ones you really want to do, is create a mini sample work for them, customized for their business. Now, I'm only recommending this because I am assuming, again, that you are a student, you're freelancing for the summer, you're really trying to find out if you can get work doing what it is that you love, is create something custom for it. So let's say you're applying for a writer as a 2XU. We're not currently hiring for a writer for 2XU, but for my business, then you would want to go to our website and then looking at the current content that we already have and going ahead and creating a short article based on what we've done so far. So then we can see, for me at least, and as a potential employer, I can see how your writing matches with what we're looking for and if you are a match. Same thing for a graphic artist, for a video editor. I've honestly paid people for just sample work that they've sent me because I was really impressed. I've had people send me samples of what my thumbnail could look like, or a graphic that they could create for my Instagram, and so on and so forth. When you do that extra bit of work, you can stand out basically, because you're showing them like, hey, I really want to get this work, and this is what it would look like if I started working with you. And lastly, be curious and build. What I mean by this is, as you're still going through the process of finding work for yourself, just stay curious and find other ways, other variations. Like when I was a blog writer, I didn't know I could be a health writer or romance writer at 15, 16 years old. But I was just curious. I was just say yes, basically, and figure it out myself. And I kept building my skills and getting better and better at it. Your biggest asset right now is the fact that you have a lot of time in your hands as you're looking for freelance work, as you're getting started for yourself. And honestly, it's the best time to figure out what it is that you want to do to get started on your career. Now, if you you guys liked this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button right there and comment below what kind of job are you looking for. I'll see if I know someone. And if you still haven't yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any of my videos every Sunday and Thursday on how to work from home and how to have a business from home, which you guys can check out those two playlists right here and the latest video right here. Hope you guys have an amazing day. And remember that small steps matters, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!